Yes. All right, we are live on the interwebs. This is Gamer 1745. I just want to check and make sure everything is working here on YouTube and
Then I need a heavy
Rumble
tank.
and Twitch. All right. Well, okay. So 4.3.
It's working.
Yep. Good.
There we go. Is this a
And
good
we're
lineup?
it works.
Okay, gamer one.
Here we go.
And we got Alaska.
This is Alaska. Looks nothing like it. It looks more like New York.
Have you ever been to New York?
Oh, you're spawning in that.
I'm not in the game yet. I am.
I spawned in a tiger.
What? Tiger?
Look behind you. This is basically a tiger.
Oh,
Where did you spawn?
88 centimeter
yeah.
flat gun.
Yep. Yep.
Where did you guys
Big
spawn?
gun. On the left.
Okay.
I have no armor, but I can cause some damage. You know what I mean?
Oh, hey, Flak 88's great gun.
Yo, gaming. You're in the Panzer 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Oh crap. Panzerpafwagen. The German Churchill. Hello?
Hello.
Hey,
How are you guys?
doing all right?
What y'all playing?
War Thunder?
Ah, yes. Greatest game. Loyalty to the snail.
Sorta.
You guys got room for another player? Or
Yeah, we
actually, no,
do.
what B are y'all playing?
We're at 4-3 right now.
I need help.
I could definitely do that. I think Germany does have 4-3.
Yeah, he does.
Very good 4-3 lineup.
Yeah. You need a couple of premiums to get in that lineup. But yeah, I'll play. I'm down.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna spawn on SDKZ. Flanking him.
Who the freak is messaging me? Just to add me as a friend.
Got him. Where? Got him.
Cracking.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
You got any great flak tanks?
Got him.
You said?
Wow.
I didn't hear you.
Gaming
You
Brothers
got any
killing the
good
whole
flak
enemy team.
tanks?
Let me turn some of these people down. Sadly, I'm trying to listen to you.
You got any good flanking tanks?
Yeah. Pretty sure I do. The Puma.
Yes, I think the Puma is one of the best.
Puma is one of the best.
Thank God I
But
brought it.
I prefer main battle tanks, me personally. Let's see.
Yeah, usually what you want to do is spawn in a flanking tank and flank them
That's
first and get behind them.
5-3.
Oh no.
Then
I
when you
no.
destroy them,
I need to make a new lineup. I see. Might as well. Yeah, I gotta make a new one. I'll just use this one. Just tear it apart. 4-3.
I am at their spawn.
Alright, this will be a
I
part
got plenty
it.
of enemies over here. Just gotta reload to deal with them. Oh, that didn't.
Alright, man.
That did not
Peace.
get the. Hello.
Gamer, I got 3.
You did very good. I just died. I hate the M44. It's
Where's the
way
M4?
OP for the BR.
I died about a KV.
I killed their SBAA.
I guess I'll use the pin. I mean, do I have to use the Panzer 4H?
So 1 KV2
You
and
don't
2
want to, but I prefer.
T34.
Yeah, preferably it's better to just use it because it's the vehicle of that BR. You got the Dicker Max. Alright.
Oh crap!
And aircraft. Perfect.
I have found a
I might as well grind army. Because I need to. It's not that bad. It's mostly 3-7, so I got 1-4-3. I did not. I need to research that. What's Great Britain doing? Okay.
And I got killed by BTR.
What countries are you guys playing as, might I ask?
Germany right now.
Yes.
That's what I'm
the
playing
Reich.
as.
Third Reich.
Mm, 4-3.
Ugly little tank.
I don't know. Do I want to take my BF-109 or my 190?
Oh, I got 2 viewers.
I don't know what I want to bring. I am very thinking about this.
Yo, welcome to the stream.
Men hur har du tänkt kunna äta den? Den får ju svalna ett tag också.
It's only been 14 minutes.
I really don't know what to bring. My BF-109 or my 190?
Probably
I wouldn't know.
BF-109. Is that?
This is
That's a
the
good
premium
fighter.
190 though.
Whichever one has a better turn rate. That's what I gotta say.
Take a
Is the faster you turn, it goes the more of a chance you
21
go to win.
seconds. Just says 20. Okay. What is this one? I guess I might as well use the Trop. But I just like having the money that I can gain from it.
Yeah.
Alright.
We're already at their spawn.
Alright.
I died.
Who's the squad leader?
I am.
Yeah. That'll be.
I will message you.
Well, I'll give you an invite after this match.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to.
That's one less person in my stream.
I was just gonna send you my username.
Better to put it in the Discord so I can see it there.
That's where I was gonna send it to you.
Okay, cool.
I was just messaging it to you.
Sure.
Gamer, now I have 3 kills and 1 enemy kill assist.
Yep. Oh, good.
Okay. I don't feel like bringing a bomber because I suck with that.
I got the ME264. That's a good one.
That is on console. I can bomb anything. On PC,
Hey, isn't the
suck.
ME-264 like the super fortress? Like the
No.
American super fortress?
No. The ME-264 is the German super fortress. The B-29 is the super fortress of the USA. And then
Because
you
I
got
feel
the
like the
flying
Germans
fortress
copied
as
off.
the B-17.
Is I feel like the Germans copied off the Americans.
It's called the America Bomber for a reason.
Hey, Niagara, how you doing? I saw you over in the
The rest of them are in
forum.
planes.
Time to make my... Oh,
There's
wait.
one.
Oh, I forgot the artwork I did on the side of my Panzer. Glorious. Kind of want to see if I can buy one of these. I really want this.
Yep, the rest of them are in planes.
Eastern Front. This one. What is this one? Does not look anything different. Man, I wish I had crates to open.
Oh, that's a long time to wait to finish a game, Niagara. 30 years.
How
got two
bad
of
are you?
Not bad, not bad.
Customization. Alright. I have to have the 8 right there. And
It's like a finder on it.
oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
forgot I could put this on both sides. Hang on. I forgot how to turn. Is it arrow keys? How do you turn a decal sideways? I forgot.
You hold either shift or alt.
Shift. It's not that. Alt. Let me try alt. Wait, no, I gotta place it. No, I messed it up. Yes.
Okay. And I'll give Kraken
I'm
here
trying
a
to.
invite to
Okay,
squad.
right. Hang on, I'm just currently. Right alt plus mouse wheel. Right alt mouse wheel. Oh, okay. Yes, it's working. It's working. Yes. My artwork. The snap, bruh. It did not go to each side. I'm sad.
Jesus gamer. You have a lot of SL and Golden Eagles.
Me?
Yeah, you got
I
3,000 Golden Eagles and 4
I
German.
have a few, yeah.
I've
By
got
chance,
10.
you got the Storm Tiger?
Yeah, I have a pretty decent German lineup. Just about
Hang on a
everything.
second.
And here's the most
Sure.
2 important questions.
I do have the mouse, but not on this account. Yes.
Yeah, Storm Tiger? Anyone?
No. I know somebody who has the Sturm Tiger, the Tog, and has a few other vehicles. I know a person who has every naval vehicle in the game.
Oh, cool. Okay, come on, ready up. There we go. Good.
Yep. You guys are gonna love what I did to the Dicker Max.
What did you do to it?
Just you wait, you'll see the artwork on the sides. I mirrored it so it's on both sides. I might get banned for it though. I don't know. It's historically accurate for the name.
True.
Yes. Alright. I know exactly where I'm going.
I'm flanking right side.
I'm not going right. Actually,
By the
technically,
bridge.
yes, I am. I am going by the bridge, but I'm going with the max. 2, 1. Da, 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 da.
Hey, want me to put air target bullets or armor targets? Which one?
Do you see the artwork?
Yes. So special.
Oh, is that nasty, gamer?
What was that?
I don't know if you want to show your.
Oh my
It's over
god!
On his. And Kraken.
here.
You have a
Why?
stick with 2 bouncy balls connected to each other.
And
on each side
technically,
of
it's
the tank.
a 0 and an 8 put together.
I don't know what you're talking about, Niagara.
Hi, gaming.
I have it on my Panzer IV H as well, but not showing on both sides. It's just crazy because whenever they die, they're gonna see that.
You're gonna see a dick.
The max. I mean, this thing's just goofy because it's a 125mm gun with APHE rounds. I have this thing grinded out completely.
I had the Sturmler, the Waffentrager, the basically almost all
I have
of the
everything up to the
tanks.
Leopard on my console, but they removed the ability to put your account together from console to PC. That ran out a while ago, so you can't do that anymore. So I just had to restart, which is
On my
fine.
other account, I have almost all of the tank destroyers in Germany.
I want to use the Waffentrager, I really do, but I really don't feel like it.
It's a very
I
good
love the-
flanking tank. I gotta say that.
It's just flat. It's just like a piece of toast.
Put some butter on it, and it's the best.
Especially the 88 with a flat tank. That's all it is. The King Tiger did it better.
It had more armor.
Yes. And the Tiger 2 105 did it as well.
It is frack.
Got him.
Headshot that.
I can't see nothing through these trees.
That was like 400 meters away.
Yeah, be careful.
I shot him for 400.
I don't know why you'd bring a Panzer IV F2. At least the J, so you have the electronic traverse.
No, the J doesn't.
3 Panzers.
It doesn't, but usually it did, or is that the late version?
That's the late version. That's the end. They got rid of it. That's the manual. Well, it's at a lower BR.
But it's still a beautiful 75mm gun.
But the gun's good.
The gun is really good. It's just that the armor on it is meh. I'm not a big fan of how low armor it is.
But we're pushing them back far.
Suck it, nerd.
Germans and Russians back then together were the best combo.
Yep, especially the
Why did-
KV-1C.
Well, only if Germany did not attack the USSR and still work with
Mhm.
them, they would have won World War II.
That's not the point of World War II.
The whole point of World War II was so that the Germans could expand because they felt like
I know.
they needed to.
I'm just saying, if they still allied with the USSR, they would have won and expanded more.
No,
Yeah, so
because
a light boy on the left gaming.
because the question is, when would the Soviet Union attack?
the
that's
Soviet
the-
Union couldn't. That's
No,
the problem. Because
that
they
was
were dealing with the
Americans.
no, they
No.
were dealing with I can't remember what it was
In front of
actually
you,
called.
gaming, in
Get
front of
away
you.
from me. I missed. There's a
I
105.
don't miss.
They were dealing with the famine like 2 years ago that they were still dealing with.
not by that point. No.
Another one.
probably
SDA,
not,
2
but-
of them.
Yeah.
He's done well.
I'm rather knowledgeable on the topic.
Mink. Yeah, true. I will agree. I mean, there were a lot of problems the Russians had with their military at that
Right.
time.
Well, yeah, Russians
And
had
you
problems,
ran away,
certainly.
I would push straight.
Not
The
as
per-
the Germans did. The Germans had a much more professional army.
German left
Why
side
did you
over the
die?
hill.
I see it, and it hit me. Track out. You got hit from
Thank
left
you.
by something else.
I'm bringing
no.
Puma. Gamer,
I'm
did he
gonna
push?
die right now.
Please kill that Sherman. Panzer IV.
I
Never
couldn't
mind.
let my gunner was out.
Come on, gamer, just let me know if you need a speed boost.
No,
I
I'm
am
good.
being harassed
Okay,
by
I'm about
so
to
many
pass you,
Shermans.
80 kilometer.
I have 5 kills. Give me another one, please. Go away, 50 cows. I freaking missed. Please, anybody help.
We all died. And now
Dang.
you did.
Hey, bro. At least I have enough to spawn in
Commodore.
my plane. I have this thing almost spaded.
Take
I
over.
did too, but I fucked in the tank.
Bad fighter needs driving lessons.
True.
I feel bad for the Sherman, especially USA players right
One
now,
up ahead.
because they have to
Yeah.
deal with the Sherman and people with bigger guns absolutely eviscerating them. Like, they're good at mass assaulting, but like, if you're just one alone, yeah, you're not gonna do well. I don't like their AA though. 50 cals are not fun.
Maybe you should stay there and snipe them.
Dude, I have died. I'm dead. I'm in the air.
M4 hiding behind the building.
I'm sorry.
I see a flat gun, but I'm not going for that. That's just stupid. The duck can handle that. I'm looking for enemy planes. There's a quad 50 over there.
I saw it.
That it? Yeah. Acting. Okay.
Please,
Fire.
enemies spawn in an
Boom.
aircraft.
I didn't see him.
I think he's over to the flank, to hard right. You stuck your face out there. Oh, get my tracker and get over the target. Ah, well. Damage.
Does he see me? Oh, yes, he does.
Yeah,
I'm just
either way.
waiting on any enemy plane to spawn in. Oh, come on. I clipped my wing.
Oh, you're in a plane?
Yeah. I hit a freaking tree.
Oh.
I thought I got lucky. I did not.
Well, then now
I
they're
think
trying
the
to push us
best
back.
4-3 is the Jagdpanzer 4.
Black Panzer IV is very, very excellent.
Oh, we only
Very
have
great
one
gun. It's got a
casualty.
75 mil and good armor.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's
Yeah.
not you get up tiered and you have to face a 76. That is like the worst thing.
Yeah,
We
up
only
tier
have
is
one
bad.
casualty and we're winning.
And Swedish weaponry. Dang, Swedes. How dare you assault me? Smoke. Hiya.
I need
Hey.
4 more kills.
Or what?
My spawn my Dell 335A1.
Hey. I'm already sitting at a great grand total of 5 right now. You guys are lacking. Come on.
Now I'm getting. I'm just sniping. Hey, but I'm catching up. I have 3 kills.
Yeah, 3. That's not enough.
Hey, I'm trying here.
If you just get an assist and you take a point, that should be enough.
Like a Swede over there. Oh,
There's an enemy plane up.
well, it's over. We won.
Yeah, GG's. Ostwind 2, here I come.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
what?
Alright, I'm 1,000 away from my next plane that I can go to the next BR. Zetica Max. Yeah.
You moving up
Give
the
it
BR?
up. Huh? Moving up a BR? I mean, I can do.
Well, not yet.
Let me
No,
see.
maybe later.
Yeah,
Gaming
later. I
Brothers
can do
down.
later.
Yeah, Gaming Brothers still just at 3.7, so he's up tiered already. So
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's. I mean, I can do 3.7 if y'all want.
no, I wanted to do 4.3.
Alright.
Hey, but I'm choosing the KW2754R.
I'm doing all the BF-109s. I'm getting all of them.
Okay, ready up. Come on,
yeah,
guys.
is what
I just want to get the K4 so badly. It's the best 109.
Okay.
And I want the
Ready.
TA-152. That thing's also pretty cool.
You have a lot of premiums.
Me
Yeah,
or him?
I have a few.
do best.
I have a few
I
as
have
well.
most of the German tree that's grindable and a bunch of the premiums.
I'm spawning I'm spawning flanker.
Oh, this is my other. Oh, wait a minute. I actually swapped to the wrong. It's fine. It's got 4 3s and 3 7s in it, but it has the Ostwind in it.
Okay, I'm pushing right.
I didn't even spawn in the right vehicle. I feel stupid. If you guys,
Just-
oh, why'd you go left?
Pumas.
Bruh.
Three Pumas.
A is the best spot in this map.
One Puma, two Puma, three Puma. There's 4 Pumas.
I will RD you.
I actually found my brothers.
I'm so sad I didn't get to. I spawned in the wrong vehicle.
You're so sad you spawned in the wrong vehicle.
Yeah, because I picked the wrong lineup by accident. I was clicking through them and then I didn't realize I was readied.
Oh, which one are you playing?
It's my other. It's a 3-7, but it has 1-4-3 in it. But I didn't pick the 4-3. Dude, this map is so good on the other on this side. This map is awesome. I love this map. If Gaming Brother 33 came over on this side, he might be able to get more than 1 kill. I just hate the freaking trees on this map. I need to turn my graphics
Spotted.
down.
Uh-oh, you're one of those?
No.
I need help. There's Frenchie and American aiming directly at me.
Oh, there's a dude over here. I didn't see him. It's a British. He's retreating. Charge! Blitzkrieg! As long as you kill him, you should be fine.
Well, unfortunately, I
Americano.
didn't kill him. It was my
Mink.
mistake. I did not kill him. Okay, oh, and I just died. Too many.
Don't you spray your machine gun, you freaking idiot.
Okay.
How did I get killed by his artillery? Oh, that's how it landed directly next to me.
Hello, Frenchie.
I will spawn.
How did I not pin him? Did I get his gunner? Please tell me.
101.
Yeah, no, I did not get his gunner.
I'm coming.
Oh my gosh, I hate the French.
Yeah, we all do.
Doesn't everybody?
Why is this engine in the front? That's so dumb.
You, and I see you.
I'm in
Let's go for
SBA.
that.
I'm spawning in plane. If I die,
Boom.
I immediately
mine.
lose.
You got my.
Okay.
Hey, how can you spawn? Oh,
Damn.
you spawned.
Because if you get 1 kill, you can.
Damn.
And if it's not like that great of a plane, you can.
We got
Plus,
a Panzer 470.
all right. Is nobody on the left side
These
anymore?
are
All right.
spawn.
Well,
Why?
getting-
Oh, no, there's a whole,
But
there's a whole, there's a
I
whole,
see 7 players. I see
enemies
7 players.
moving up
Near
on the
A.
left.
I killed one. I killed one.
I got a pot shot.
I'm helping you, gamer.
Man,
There's a bunch over
On
here.
my
Man.
gun. Del 55.
I'm being shot at.
Well, is there a lot of people?
I'm being shot at. No,
Hey,
this is
AJ,
not cool.
AJ, who's shooting at you?
It's a plane. Key 61 American.
If I can.
I think I can't spawn in anything else. I died.
I can't see him whatsoever.
I can't.
Yeah,
right
it's an
there, way
American,
up
it's
there.
very
You can
fast.
kill him. He's Swedish, but watch out. He's Swedish. He has lots of pen. See.
I got his commander.
Oh, I could spawn on something.
KV,
I got lucky.
KV3.
Alright, Ostwind time. AP rounds.
Got him. I sacrificed my life to kill him.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
You...
Underfloor 3.
Alright, I'm gonna see if
Oh.
I can make some funny stuff happen with the...
Oh, what was it called? Oh, it was a
The
PVKV3.
Panzer 3, the PVKV3.
Yeah, it's Swedish.
Shot it from somewhere already.
That thing's dangerous.
Oh, there he is.
That thing's
Yeah.
great.
They're all by A.
What is that? It's pushed up.
Oh, do I get it? Do I get it? Do I?
I see something. That is not cool.
Long range out there.
Check.
There's something bushed up as jungle. Oh no,
I can't
just
pin that.
over the ridge.
That is American. I can't pin that.
I think out about there, maybe.
Wait a minute. Bully.
Yeah.
Bully, his barrel's broken. Dang it. No.
Yeah, you're looking right at him. Good shot.
Yeah, there's a Cromwell up there. I didn't see the Cromwell. I'm dead. I'm out. That sucked.
Not and shoot at him. Okay, he's
Yeah,
British.
that's my bad luck. I spawned
He's
in the
British.
wrong lineup. Nope, not that one. Not that one. That one?
Okay.
Yes, this
That's
one.
Swedish.
Somebody left.
Wait, boss.
Hello, Chinchilla Friend 21. And Elizabeth, hello. You're about U.S. Nate. Yeah, I've heard about them. All I've heard is that they may have gone into a river.
I need help over here. There are 2 tanks. Never mind. Yes, there are. Good.
You're done.
I think I can see one of
An
them.
aircraft down. Where's the others?
No, that's Swedish.
Uh-oh.
Ah,
Gaming brother, you were our only hope.
sorry, I
Yeah.
can't spawn anymore. I missed him because I suck.
Well, I don't know that you sucked, but you missed him. We have a lot of muddy bogs. They drove straight into a deep one. I can imagine that is a serious problem with armor, and you can get trapped.
I probably need to wait a while.
One of the things I wish they added in this game was like, you know, panicking like AI, like for the voices. Like if you got shot at, they would start panicking.
Oh, I already have enough of that with players panicking, and I don't know that we need AI voices.
Like the German AI freaking out because of what type of vehicle it is that's in front of you.
Yeah,
Like,
I
if it's a
get,
normal vehicle-
I get what you're saying, but I already have enough people panic around your toy jet, Airy. They'll panic. Toy jet will start screaming like
Because
a
they're
little
from
girl.
Norway.
I remember one time I ran into an E100. I almost lost my freaking mind. And if that's a rarity to come across, I started.
Well,
shooting
that's
trouble.
more of a oh my god. There's actually an E100. Is more than
It's
more than-
real.
yes.
The legends are true.
I'll be back.
Me over here in my mouse, and this man's pulling up with the E100. I'm like, man, that's not cool.
Okay, I sucked. I got the first place on the team. Our team sucked.
Yeah, I call bad placement. Map sucked. Cold weather. Germans does not go together. It's like a debuff.
Okay, Niagara, if you want to join us, we now have a spot.
Tell him to join the Discord, bro.
Yeah, he's in the
'Cause I prefer
Discord.
to talk to.
He's
Oh,
in
he
the
is?
Discord. Yeah. So is Toy Jet. They're in the Hangout.
Oh, they are. Where they at?
In the Hangout. Well, it's a private chat. You don't
Oh.
necessarily see it.
Dang.
But if he's still watching, maybe he's want to play this game. Okay.
Back.
Okay. Gaming
I
Brothers
just had
back.
bad luck with my plane. I mean, I had a perfect lineup
Okay,
of 7
everyone has the
vehicles.
right lineup this time? Just checking?
Yes.
Okay.
How you
Let's
doing?
go.
Why did you leave?
I didn't leave.
We left the other guy,
Fight.
yeah, Godfighter, yeah.
All right, so there's 2 camping spots on this map. They're both on the right side. There's one like in the top right corner in like
Where are you going?
F8.
Follow you.
Mm.
Alright, there's one in E6 that I usually go to. That's if I can make it because it's like in straight shot, and we got up tiered.
Always expect to be up tiered.
Who are we up
then I'm
against?
double
Okay,
up
the
there.
USA and the Russians. Okay.
And
And
then
the
I'm
Italians. I'm not worried about. Actually, yes, I am, because the Italians have a 90mm gun at this BR. It only has 7 shots, so that's fine.
But they now have the ammo box, so.
Oh yes, that is true.
So if they get into a position, they can keep going.
With the bushes, they're basically unstoppable. They just like to lob shells.
Just remember that.
I hate the M44. It's so gay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I hate it.
It should
It's
be
so
up
dumb,
tiered
and
a few
it
more
should be-
BRs. Two more BRs.
It should be It should be at least 6.7 or 7.0 in my opinion. That's where it belongs, because it has a gun that can basically over penetrate.
Yep.
And it's just a doom launcher.
Yep.
Shouldn't even be here, bruh. It shouldn't even be here. Return to the battlefield. I am on the battlefield.
I'm very up tiered.
Yes, we did get up tiered. Because there are a bunch of vehicles that are at 5.0 and 5.3 that I'm seeing. I'm with 2 of them. The VK 302. Oh, that's a 152 ISU. That thing will absolutely eviscerate anybody.
I want to see if I can manage to kill something in this map.
We got a Sherman long barrel here. He is dead. He's dead.
Italian?
I don't know. Probably an American.
I see a T-34.
Oh, got a little go-kart in front of me here. ASU-57. You can kill it if it doesn't kill you first. He's moving up on the high ridge in front of you there.
High Ridge near me?
No, you gave me, brother. He'll probably be off to your left.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my god, I'm so bad. Oh, he was behind me.
Oh, behind you. Okay. See, there was something you could have killed.
Yeah, but I didn't. And he's going for our spawn.
Yeah,
There's a KV-1. I'm not even going to try to pin that at this range.
I'm hunting him now.
What is hitting me?
Gamer, I can drive in front of you and scout him.
Okay, well, I'm hunting that little ASU-57, so...
You got a lawnmower.
Yes, the lawnmower. Okay, I see him out there. He's right, sort of straight in front of me behind this big building here. But a ways out on the edge of the hill there. That's when I saw him. Moved out of line of sight. He's trying to
I
flank.
see him.
Kill him if you can. Yep, you got him. See?
All
You did
right,
it.
I got the driver and machine gun. Yep, there it is. KV. Ah, no, they're behind me. Help! Somebody. No. No. Help. Help.
I can't help
Help.
you. I can't.
VK. VK behind. VK behind.
Okay, something just shot out on the left here.
I see it.
The
my shield.
T-34. He's hit. Critical. Turret crews out. So his
Yeah.
teeth are pulled. And artillery fires come in this location. I'm moving. And you got him.
Oh, he's
No, he
I'm
just
coming in
J'd
with my
out.
cannons.
He J'd out.
Okay,
his vehicle.
there is one enemy plane. I will go kill him. Kill time. He's currently diving. Not on you guys, so you should be fine. I don't know what that is. It might be a yak. Yeah, probably. Never mind, he crashed. Yeah, and it was a yak. A yak 9K.
If I can see somewhere.
Oh no, there's
He's
two enemy
fire.
planes. This is not gonna be fun. Okay. Got a 109 and a firebrand. I don't know what that is.
Think British.
Yeah.
And I'm not good with aircraft.
There's a twin engine and one prop. Single engine. He's not looking at me. He is not, and it is Russian. I would have missed on the initial
Jamming,
engagement.
brother. Okay.
I don't like Russian aircraft, especially fighting them. They're aggravating. They all do these fancy turns, thinking wasting airspeed. Wow. Flaps.
Do you run?
Break airspeed, and he will crash. He should crash.
Is he dead? Oh, he was.
My key's locked. And he still crashed. Yep, got it.
Good job.
No, I did horribly because I missed. Originally. And he just got lucky that he crashed. If he pulled up properly instead of chasing me into the ground, then he would have been fine. My keys got locked, and for some reason I couldn't do anything.
Oh, you're down there, gamer.
Yeah, pushing their flank.
Yeah, you should see a bunch of people. I'm about to probably get shot at
Me too.
because I'm an open top.
Have to do something stupid.
At least one enemy aircraft up I saw.
There's 3.
Yeah.
They're flying around. Just doing. Yep, one of it. Concept 3 is getting shot at.
I'm waiting for him to get out of the spawn.
Just machine gun them. Until, if it's a hit, then that means you could shoot them.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait until they driving.
I'm in
There.
long gun.
Who's
Long
shooting at
gun
me?
is best gun.
Bye bye.
I'm just gonna keep on driving.
The aircraft.
Aircraft
my
are not
engine.
fun unless you're in the air fighting them one-on-one. Okay. They're completely wide open over here.
Yeah. I got 5 seconds to repair my engine. replace it or whatever. Okay, moving again.
I'm gonna guess that was the yak that shot you then.
Yeah, something that aircraft took out.
Yeah,
Moving.
'cause that
Well,
is,
I don't have much armor on top on this thing. Either
Yeah,
way.
nobody really does have armor on top of their tank. Unless you're a
I'm doing
freaking
something very stupid right
Abrams.
now. I'm probably gonna die.
Okay, leave.
I
Oh,
see.
and a BTR-152 got me with a 14.5 millimeter. That's a
Where is he?
23 millimeter gun. Okay, well,
Yeah, I don't like that about certain planes having 20 mil, like the 23 mil can pen a tank. Like in my mind, that shouldn't happen or work. Are you killing it or did it kill you? It killed you.
And I killed another before that.
Scheisse.
you want artillery on that thing?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I
Artillery on
died to
his.
an ASU in one shot. I missed entirely. I feel bad. I'm stupid. Why did I shoot so bad? I'm being AA because we needed it. Where's it at? Where's that plane? Nice. There is a 4-engine. That is a PE-8. Clear out, boys. Clear out. There is a PE-8 in the air.
That's not good. You cannot bomb 8 probably.
Yep, I see him.
It's a 5. Yep. I can't do nothing. My gun.
Yep, he's
Oh,
up
he's.
there, yeah.
Is it? Please don't tell me he's changing his direction to me.
Well.
Yes, he is. He did change his direction to me. Well, I'm probably dead.
Okay.
This man can. Okay. Yep, he got 2 people. I live. That man can die in a hole. I can bully people if you need to like disarm somebody from moving. I can shoot their tracks out or something.
You feel so.
I don't have AP rounds though. I think.
That way.
Yeah.
Oh, there's there.
These are the
Okay.
ones I need.
Oh, that's friendly.
I just need to get the freaking light tanks. Oh yeah, you got the German Sherman.
Yeah.
You got Herman. You're in Herman.
Uh-oh. I didn't see me on the mini-map. I'm too close. That's what I was worried about.
That's. Yeah, you should be
Pulling back.
fine though.
Well, I'm pulling back.
And plus, if any planes dare to come attack us, I have the ways of killing them.
Well, that's good.
That's right.
Get come out of their spawn. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this is. Oh my god. I'm stuck.
You just drive forward and drive off. We got unstuck.
Got up there.
Where?
My machine gunning
I'm
it.
stupid. I see it. Me.
Dropped its bomb.
Stuck on a stone.
I got its
Somebody-
wing.
Good. You took it out.
Yeah, it's dead. It should die.
Okay, now this is my firing spot because I'm stuck.
Well, it's almost over.
Are you? Oh, I thought that was a plane about to attack you. I saw the British plane. I was like, oh no.
There we go.
Final blow. We win. GG's. 1
Yes.
kill, 2 air kills. Let's go.
I got 2 kills.
Skills. 1600 RP, 1800 RP. Let's go. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna get off. Peace out. Bye bye.
Good playing with you.
Are we still going to play or?
Yeah,
not
I'm
yet?
going to play.
I want to play too.
Okay. Well, ready up. Oh, we are in Sweden now. How
Oh, my
close?
home!
How close to your home are we today?
Not close. This is Stockholm.
Stockholm, yes.
I live 3 hours away from that.
Oh, okay.
In the forest.
Well, that
Not
sounds
in the forest, countryside.
countryside. Yeah, yeah. Cool.
I think I pronounced that right. I don't know. Where are you going to spawn?
I'm going towards A.
Okay, I'll follow you. I 2000. I forgot what it is. Research points on left on one tank, and then I can start unlocking the tiger.
Cool.
I can't kill
An enemy there. Okay, that's another enemy there.
One enemy with my ammo. He's dead.
There's also another one. Not dead yet. M24 over here. Oh, who's dead now? Okay.
Do you have that new tank that's in Germany?
The armored car? Yeah, I have that. One that just
I
came out.
don't.
Well, it just came out.
Yeah, yesterday wasn't it?
Well, a week ago or so.
Week ago?
Yeah, the update was, yeah.
I updated mine yesterday, so.
You got him. Good job. AA gun.
I popped smoke, so I can't see nothing. Saw the shell coming towards me.
Boom. That went straight in at me. That was.
He killed me.
That made me. I watched the shell come right at me and I flinched. Straight in at me.
I did too. I'm gonna try not to get myself killed now.
Well, good. Always a
that's
good
true.
goal.
But I don't know how it would work because it's an M24. I can kill. Got his gunner. Gunner. Got him.
Yeah, great. See? You're going to have very good skills.
Yes. Now I have. Okay.
Another
Chinese
M24.
M24.
Yep.
It was T28 and M24, and I shot at I didn't see him. Well, I got 1, and the first match I got 3, and the last match I got 2.
Oh, he shot. No damage. Let me kill him. There he is. Damn, I hit another tank. Wreck. The M24 is over here, or a M24 is over here. So be careful.
Okay. I'm flanking
Just shot at
behind.
me. Okay. He's dead. One of them is dead. I think the one
He
that killed you.
me. He's
Yeah. Yeah.
minus.
There may be
And
another
there's
one. I'm not
T-
sure. Oh,
T-
the SU-152 just got me. He's down the road from where I was.
down.
He's moving towards the point. Moving straight towards the
I'm
point.
trying to flank.
Okay, well.
Good luck. Okay, I'm about to die. Yes, I am. Stop machine gunning me with the Sherman. It's a Sherman. I'm about to die. I died. I took my gun before I even get a shot on him.
We got the SU-152. Great.
Be careful over here.
Circling around. Instead of driving. Oh. Didn't see me. I'll get him. He saw me, but I got him anyways.
Is there a Sherman? Was that a Sherman?
I haven't seen one yet.
Okay,
That was a
I
Chinu I killed.
Oh, I didn't see because I'm spectating. Oh, it's a tank down the road to your left.
Maybe.
I think.
Well, there's some burning wreckage. I'm going to circle around the silos here.
Yes, but he's found houses.
I think
And he's
we'll go behind. And maybe here?
now right to your left.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I saw something moving and I saw the color of the tank, so I think I saw.
Alright. Yeah. Question is, see it to my right or to my left?
I'm checking if it. What is that? It maybe was that bus car
Okay.
I saw.
Okay, bus.
I don't know what to call it.
Oh, there's a bus here. That's a bus.
Yeah.
Looks like one to me.
There's probably a tank around here somewhere.
There's a heavy tank they're battling. He just died. KV-1. Okay, great, Niagara. Got plenty of time still. Italians are moving up.
Yep.
Here we go.
Right there.
Boom.
Good job.
Thank you.
Boom. I think there might be another one hiding behind somewhere. I don't see anything.
Greetings.
Hey, Fritz. Oh, no, Dino. You guys sound similar.
I'm Dino.
Sorry.
I'm the.
Yeah.
It's the wrong German. And
Yes.
by the way, I give. Should also say that a other German who is also not Fritz intends to eventually join as well.
Cool.
What are we playing? Or
Right
what are
now
you
we're at
currently playing?
4-3.
4-3 Deutschland, I presume.
Yes.
4-3. All right. So you'll have to invite me then.
Yep.
And then.
Yep. Well, next mission. This one's going to be over soon. We have all 3
Very
points.
good.
There.
Very good.
Counting down.
I'll be back.
Okay. All right.
Did we win?
Yes, we won.
Nice. I needed a charger. Best.
Here. So when you're ready, gaming brother, press the button.
Yeah.
Okay. Time to kill everybody.
Yep.
Alright, who are we facing? Americans, the Germans, British, so Germans, Italians, possibly Germans, and the Swedes, no Germans. Okay. So at least we won't have to fight against the Russian bias. Ah, there is a
So,
Yeah,
food is
go through.
cooking, and I can have like 1 or 2 rounds at least.
Oh, good. You joined us just as we started a round.
I know I'm lurking in the stream.
Okay. See you. I see you. Where'd you go? There you are. You're a concept. Your concept is over.
How does one destroy a concept?
With a big gun. I loved what was it Louis XIV put on his artillery pieces. Ultima ratio regnum, the final argument of kings artillery.
Yeah,
Talk to your
pretty much everyone after him
left.
did it as well. I know that like a bunch of Prussian kings did it. Of course, a Sherman. I'm a bloody hetzer, and a Sherman just nukes me through my frontal plate.
Now you over me, and critic you, commander loader. At least you're not loading very fast. And got it. So I'm moving, and something shot me in the ass. It looks like. Oh no. And I died. What do you got? Oh, Churchill out there. Still a Churchill out on the far flank out here. I believe it is a Churchill.
Yeah.
Hello. Well,
Hey, Eric.
how is the stream going?
Doing well.
That's good. That's good. Any how many enemies have you slain? Or actually, how many has Team G slain today?
Numerous. I don't know the number.
Excellent.
Yes.
Hi,
We
Eric.
crush our enemies, we see them driven before us, and we hear the lamentations of their women.
Good, good.
You have stolen this from Conan.
Yes, and Conan stole this from, I believe, Genghis Khan or something.
But Conan is much older than Genghis Khan. Conan is from the Hyperborean age, and this is like
Iborian, not Hyperborean. That is like weird Russian pseudo Nazism. That's where the ice giants come from. The true ancestors of the Aryan spirits. The ice giants of Atlantis and Hyperborea. And the Russians are obviously their descendants.
obviously.
Yes.
Okay.
That is where I believe. Have you heard of Julius Evola?
Yes, I have. He was one of the mystic types with the SS.
No,
If I
actually, he was
remember.
Italian. He was Italian. He was like the supreme weirdo of the Italian like fascist party.
Okay. Okay.
Who,
Then I'm
like,
confusing people here. But yes.
who Mussolini pretty much just wheeled out whenever he like needed to pretty much make himself look nice and moderate. He would wheel out Evola, show him to people, have him speak to them a bit, and then tell them, well, you see, if you don't do what I want, I'm pretty much going to do whatever he wants. And you don't want that now, do you?
Right.
And then people were much more amenable to whatever Mussolini wanted. But he ended up like having some like ideas about this, and you had like one of Himmler's guys who was like a schizophrenic, who believed like that he was a seer, that he had magic powers and could see into the memories of his ancestors like 10,000 years ago.
That may be who I
When,
was thinking of, but yeah.
when there were like multiple suns in the sky, when
Right.
elves, dwarves, and dragons lived, and that's
Yeah.
and like Atlantis was around, yeah. And they pretty much got into an argument where the German nut job yelled, pretty much complained about the Italian young guy, because he obviously didn't, because when he started talking about giants and Hyperborea, he obviously didn't know what he was talking about.
Because yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and pretty much ran to Himmler to complain about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, because I know not, neo national socialist, whatever, but I know some of these people that believe these various things. But there's a bunch of conflicting viewpoints here, and they can't all be true.
What are the conflicting viewpoints?
Oh well, I mean, just like what you're talking about, various past.
That's all right. That's what you mean. All right.
Yeah, and that which ones are true, and there's a bunch of people that want to believe all these different things. I can't enumerate them all. I don't know them. I don't follow the stuff, but So if you can travel into the past, or if you have past lives, okay. But why don't?
He,
But
he
why?
doesn't.
But why don't all these different people from the past or have past life have a coherent single, experience? Because it's all different,
Well, that's obvious because I am saying the truth and everyone else is lying.
right? It's like all this nuttery going on about some scans that are supposedly about under the pyramids. Oh God.
Yes, yes, they're finally going to wake up near Lepotep.
And it's all a bunch of Italian nuttery, from what I understand.
Yes, it seems then that we finally found the lair of the flying spaghetti monster. It's underneath the pyramids.
Because the stuff that hit the web all came from an Italian conference. The supposed city under the pyramids.
I mean, the Italians have never done anything that is suspect or questionable.
It's like the Japanese, right?
Well, not quite sure how it's like the Japanese, but okay.
Never did anything questionable.
Yes, yes, yes. Never. I mean, that's pretty much like the thing whenever you should you ever like actually like speak to like a hardcore like communist or like an actual Nazi or something. It's like it didn't happen. It wasn't that so bad. All right, it did happen, but they deserved it.
Right,
It's like
exactly.
the three stages of
Cope.
arguments.
Yeah, cope. Yes.
It didn't happen. It wasn't so bad. They deserved it.
Is everybody dead?
No, I'm not. I know I'm holding everything up here, but so yeah.
And I actually did have exactly such a conversation many years ago with a guy who was like in a self-help group for like people with like depression.
Right.
I tried a whole bunch of them. Generally, they were either filled with complete weirdos or people who were like 40 years older than I am.
Right.
But yeah, that guy was like like a straight up like Leninist, I believe, or at least close to one. He was pretty much constantly talking about like yeah, no, the Soviets didn't kill like people. The only people like Stalin, sure, but he wasn't a real Soviet. He wasn't a real communist. Like Lenin, he was good, and he didn't kill innocent people. All the people he killed like deserved it. That
Yeah.
like so you mean like the kulaks when they pretty much were like just killing people because they had like a cow? Well, obviously that those were evil exploiters. They kept the peasants as slaves. Yeah, and what about the children, like the number of children? Well, obviously they weren't actually supposed to be killed. That was just a bunch of thugs. Uh-huh. And what about the starvation? Well, that was because of outside interference. Uh-huh.
Oh well, those are two different things. One is trying to deny what happened. The other is somebody else made me do it, or somebody else caused it. The blame game, blaming somebody else.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it started. At the end, he was like, "Yeah, sure, but
I don't see you here
it."
in Niagara. Are you gonna? I don't see you. I just.
I can see you. I'm sending you a test message.
Yes, yes, I see that, but I just okay. Now let me look again here. Dino, Gaming Brother. Okay, you're
found him.
just not in the green. So.
Oh, wait. I just have added.
I'm going to hop off.
Okay, we're losing Gaming Brother. Okay.
What?
Wait.
Or I might. Never mind. I'm going to stay in the.
Okay,
So you don't see me in the friend list, or what is it?
No, well, I'm looking in the friend list, but you're not green in the friend list, meaning I don't see that you're here. I'm trying to scroll through my.
Okay. That's odd.
There you are. It shows red. Did you get the invite?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Now you're green. Okay. And I gave Gaming Brother an invite here. Niagara, you joining us, Gaming Brother? Gaming Brother?
Mike
He's muted.
is
He's
offline.
probably busy, or he's talking to someone probably.
Okay. Well, then we'll just go. We'll revoke the invite. Yeah. But those that believe in scientific socialism believe that they need to create the new man, so all that death is worthwhile. I don't know why they would want to deny it.
Well, because at least because usually people are not particularly big fans of people who go around killing lots of people for very vaguely defined reasons.
Who's going on the right side? Is it you, Gamer?
I'm on the left. No,
Okay.
sorry, the right. No, I'm the right. Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Was about to say.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It just these crazy ideologies. Either you buy into them, the scientific socialism. I'm trying to figure out because they've narrowed the map here. Okay, French will go this way.
But yeah, like the main interesting thing here is that most socialists, be they the more moderate ones, you see fairly often, and who you can at least generally actually hold a conversation with, and the more nutty, like straight up, I'm just going to refer to them as communists instead, to just differentiate it, even if it's not exactly necessarily true. Tend to have somewhat different views, of course, than those like 100 years ago. One of these is that they tend to have a more like
got an enemy right in front of me down here.
Kind of more.
Damn it! I missed him. He's circling around behind us.
Yeah, in front. There's another one.
Yep. Okay.
Got him.
Front one's.
I'm
okay.
turning around.
Yeah, I'm looking. Okay.
He got me.
Yeah. I fired in the smoke.
He's coming around my carcass.
I see. Yep.
Okay.
And he's dead. My barrel's
alrighty. Then let's give the arcade version a try.
You were saying how they were different in the past?
Yes, and that is that previously you had pretty much this idea of, as you said, creating the new socialist man.
Right.
Whereas, at least with those I have encountered, was the idea a bit different, and that is that you don't need to create the socialist man, rather the more modern progressive humanist idea that pretty much people are already like this kind of great. How do you say it the best? That people are pretty much not just inherently good, but that you don't need to like this whole like culling, re-educating, and so on, but one, unless people like are considered to be like problematic. There's like blah blah racist,
Right.
whatever. But that and that is one of the reasons why they generally try to distance themselves from the whole like completely reshaping man into a new thing,
Right.
because in their opinions it's just making man as man already is, or more apparently as man should be, if not hampered by oppressive structures.
Right.
That's the whole thing. Everything is about pre-existing structures, and that these structures are what makes causes the problems. And so you don't need to create the new man. Man is already perfect, because man, or well, humanity, they will generally don't like
Oh
saying
fuck
man,
me! Why?
is already great and perfect as humanity is. Rather, you need to destroy the structures surrounding it, and maybe the direct people upholding these structures, rather than the whole system. That's combined with the fact that a lot of these people are rather squeamish, and yeah. Then of course you do still have the ones who have no problem going around saying, yeah, we'll like purge the enemies of the new state, but those are generally more of the like wearing the like black ski masks, throwing
Right.
Molotov cocktails kinds of people.
But I hear what you're saying, and I think you're correct about the way they talk. I wonder how much is it that the I wonder. It's probably ignorance on the individuals, because I find most of the adherents to the left very ill informed. I'm not going to say stupid, because they may have mental capacity. They just haven't exercised it, if you know what I mean.
Uh,
Oh
so more of
fuck.
the word foolish rather than stupid.
Foolish, that could be, but
There is still an Su-85 that killed me now 2 times. I don't know why our team is not capable of fucking hold the position.
right. Well, have you played War Thunder before?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. So, but I forget who it was. Maybe Clowerton and Piven or somebody. They determined that the economic arguments is not going to work, particularly in the U.S., but possibly in the modern left as a whole. So they've pivoted to new forms of attack, and like you talk about, like structural racism and that type of things that they look at. So you got the Su-85
I
here,
can't
friend.
really do much against them, gamer. You have to kill it. Oh, maybe
My
can
gun's
I do
out.
so?
My gun's out. I can't do anything
Okay,
other than
okay.
wiggle around here because I have one track. But if you can, you got him.
Alrighty.
Somebody got him.
CAA is also dead. That was coming around.
Yep. We got the AA as well. Yeah. So
I'm speeding you towards your direction.
I don't. I don't know if the ideology to them matters anymore.
The thing is that to especially when we talk about the more like, I mean, there are lots of people to whom the ideology matters, and like sectarianism and so on within different branches of socialism is pretty old, but rather the whole idea of intersectionalism,
Yes.
the idea that everything is connected, the reason why you have so many people constantly talking about race, and the reason why you have queers for Palestine and so on, is intersectionalism. And intersectionalism pretty much destroys pretty much the need for there to be a single coherent ideology. Because due to the fact that everything is connected, if you're fighting one form of oppression, you're pretty much inherently also fighting another. It's where you have, even if you don't outright say it, pretty much
down here? No,
in the minds
it.
of the people who truly believe in intersectionalism, there is no
Okay, the T-34 coming around the corner.
ideology. Everyone.
But is there you see, and what I'm really wondering is there an ideology left? Have they gutted it to the point that it is just I don't know where I got killed from.
From the side.
Okay. Is it just the idea of coalitions of the oppressed against the oppressors? Is that what's left? Because I don't see what I see are and you're right. I'm sure there's some intellectuals somewhere that believe whatever, but I'm talking about all the activist left that is pushing. I don't see a coherence. It's like you say, it's intersectionalism. It's the oppression Olympics. It's fighting for social justice.
Gaming brother, your TV or whatever is like pretty loud. I don't know. Your.
What?
We're getting background noise.
Yeah, we're getting background noises from your side.
Yeah, I'm playing a dirtbag game.
Okay. So
you want to join maybe next mission? There's an open slot for you.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know.
Okay, he doesn't want to play. That's fine. Better a volunteer than a drafted person. So I think I forget, is it Rat Utopia or Mouse Utopia? I keep confusing that. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
I wasn't paying attention.
Well, to Rat Utopia or Mouse Utopia, which is it?
Gamer, get him!
I'm coming around the corner here.
I'm not sure. I'm also not sure which one
but,
it was.
But whichever one it is, let me see if I can shoot his machine gun. Okay, non-penetration. I think it's that. I really think it's that. It doesn't matter anymore. The ideology doesn't matter. I think that's over with.
Yep.
I think it's.
Dino, can you see him?
No, I can't.
So
no,
I
around.
Because I don't see any reason to tear down this system. Because another thing that
There's an M6A1 between spawn point and Alpha.
I think
For fuck's sake.
There are people that believe. I'm trying to how I should frame this. Turn around. Okay. That believe society is highly managed by elites, shall we say? Not that elites exist. Obviously, they do. Not that they, don't have an outsized impact on society, but that it's all just society is just a government just a big facade, big show, and it's a ill-defined cabal that runs the world, kind of thing. And the Illuminati, the whatever. I mean, they'll spew out some terms.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they believe that's what's running the world. Well, there's obviously power bases, power centers. We can name some of them. The Democrat and Republican caucuses in the U.S. Senate and House. Those are power blocks. We saw Trump's. We saw at Trump's inauguration. We saw not only Elon Musk but the other tech giants. Tim Cook from Apple and what's his name from Facebook, though not Bill Gates. So they came and kissed the ring or something. So these people do have significant influence in society. I think some of these people see the left, the radical left, as useful idiots. As a way to control society.
Yep.
And because you'll notice, like here's they've codified it in, I don't know if it's laws, but maybe in written codes in Britain. Now, white males will get tougher sentences for the same crime than non-white males and women in Britain. So, and that is so that if the public takes the law into their own hands, you can jump on the white guy, and so that these leftists or these radical people coming from the other parts of the world into Britain, they're now the terror, and the only solution to stop the terror is the state, and not the public taking law into their own hands, or however you want to say that. I think that is clearly what they're doing, and they're not hiding it anymore. They're stating that this is the policy. This is the sentencing guidelines for the judges, and there's no logical reason why you would want to protect people from another part of the world who do a crime. You go, well, they don't know that it's criminal here. Fine. What does that matter? Why not send back the 1%, the 5%, the 10%, whatever that percentage is, that are likely to commit the crimes? Why not?
This is really like an argument. They don't know that this is a crime. They shouldn't be punished. Really?
Well, that's what they're stating.
If I enter a different country, I have to inform myself what's a no-go and what's okay-ish. I
Well,
can't argue. I don't know that it was illegal to kill humans.
Yeah, I have to put this. That is an argument you can make for like children.
that's how the shall we say moderate liberal left thinks of these people as childlike, as children. That goes back to the noble savage of the 19th century, that they saw the Indians, as children, and so
Are you guys in a match or not?
that is within their belief system.
Are you guys in a match or not?
Yes, we're in a match. You weren't clear of whether you wanted to join us or not.
Yeah, I changed my mind.
Okay. See, children. we're having an example, and yes,
Yeah,
children. Yes.
you just made your point, gamer. I see.
Right, and so and that's the way they want to present it, as an outside logical argument. But I would say they want the terror state to exist, and they don't want vigilantes or whatever to take matters in their own hand, and so they're harder on those people than they are on somebody who hurts an innocent.
Mhm.
And so I think the the incoherent left is
I'll join the next match.
okay. We'll get you in. Is using the or is from the rat utopia, the ones the rats that would go around and attack sensible rats, the sort of gang rats in that. And
Yeah,
the incels are some of the ones that were sort of self-preening all the time within rat utopia. The question is,
who is the Rat King?
well, no, there isn't one. Now, the elites are thinking, I think the elites, or some of them or whatever, that are using these people, thinking that they're going to solve the problem, or they're trying to solve the problem, so they're using these useful idiots to help manage society, because society needs management or it's doomed. Because every time, rat utopia, the experiments, the main set of them happened back in the 70s, and they always went the same way, and it always ended up with everyone dying out. Now, it took generations, and generations of rats are pretty quick to happen, but it took generations. So are we enough of a thinking animal to not fall into the trap? Or are we not? As a collective group, are we better than rats?
How should I put this? Not really. Man as an individual can be quite intelligent. Man as a group has about the intelligence of a herd of sheep.
Well, okay, now, when you're talking about mass psychology and people, like you say, working as a group, but this whole thing takes individual decisions, because it's happening outside of a mass event, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I know what you mean.
And so
But the thing is that these things are happening outside mass events, but not outside of, how to put this, public consciousness, if you will. Like,
okay.
and people generally dislike objecting to what is pretty
Oh,
much the
fuck.
public idea. Even if they may privately disagree with all of it or something, or some things, they usually tell us, well, it's like what everyone else is doing. It's like what is
Right.
being said through like media officials and so on. So if I disagree with it, it must be a problem with me, because obviously the mass is right, which is also what we are being told, what we are also told through our government institutions, which is democracy, i.e., rule by the mass, and so the mass, and so majority opinion is good. That is the right thing. That is just. So when what is suggested to be the mass opinion, and you object, that must then be a problem with you personally, and not a problem with the mass.
Well, yes, you're absolutely right in what you're saying, and as I've been sitting here thinking about this, maybe mass psychology is appropriate because now with the devices, computers, phones, whatever you want to label
Yes.
them, it is a mass, a group, a mass event, even though
Yes,
that's
because
all even though it's all individuals and not happening simultaneously, like at a concert or a speech by Hitler or somebody like that.
yeah, it's
It's
pretty much actually when we're with Hitler, like then like it is pretty much pretty much like a very similar thing. The ideas of the Nazis were pretty much they were printed in the newspapers. You had
right.
like the actual big events, but you also and this was one of the big things that the Nazis had, was make a very affordable small radio that pretty much only had a single channel.
Yes.
Yes, and so you pretty much have that today, but on steroids.
Right.
You have not only is it more easy for also people to get around, it is people are constantly connected and encouraged to be connected, to the point where you're pretty nowadays almost punished for not always being connected. For example, um, that we have lost almost about half of the actual banks in my town,
Mm-hmm.
because you do everything digitally now,
Oh,
and
okay.
you need obviously need.
Now the question, I guess I want to. When you say half the banks, is that branches or different banks? If you know what I mean, branches of one bank or different banks. When you
It's
say
You,
half
you
of.
just you just have no building there where you can go, gamer.
Oh,
It's
okay,
all
okay. So it's
going
the
to
build.
online banking.
It's okay. It's the building. Because here in America there has been a continuing getting rid of small banks. You know,
Yeah.
as opposed to, I'm not talking about the buildings. I'm talking about the institutions. Is they trying to do this because you know I
It's not like that we have so many different banks that you had in America. We have like,
right.
we have the big banks, and then we have smaller banks more for rural areas and so on. And
Right.
therefore we don't have this consolidation process, let's put it this way,
Right.
where the small ones getting eaten up by the big ones.
Right. So okay, so that was.
Yeah,
That
what
I'm
I meant about this was the whole like that you pretty much need to be digital, which also then pretty much needs you to be
you're controllable.
pretty much be online. They have all of your data, and usually you also get like things on like the pages that you get sometimes get also like newsletters. Some of these also have their own like kind of online newspapers where they then also uh, so tell you the things whenever you, for example, open a search engine. You usually also start with search engine with like the tailored search engine results, and it is so just you're constantly being just given like these different.
Hello, Endless Crystal. How you doing?
Yeah.
Okay,
maybe
so
one more game and then
one more game. Yes, I sent you an invite, Gaming Brother. If you want to ready up.
I have accepted it.
Okay. Too bad. No,
And
no.
I'm ready.
Okay. Somebody needs to ready up. Oh, it's
Niagara.
Niagara.
It's me.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
I was
you.
at the oven.
Okay.
Am
Okay.
Ofen.
Okay.
Mir ist das Wort für Herd nicht eingefallen.
Well, hello.
Okay,
Oh, I'm doing great.
here we go.
I'm just because we have we're coming up on a big conflict coming, and freedom is massively under attack, and if you do not have the right, more like World War III, well, Endless Crystal, you're I don't know that you're wrong. I don't know that you're right. It depends on how you want to use the term World War. Because, since he's here, and he said, I'll use Niagara. Niagara is assured and believes that I don't remember his name. What's his name from Romania is a pure Russian puppet and must be locked up in jail to keep Romania from falling into Russian hands.
Oh, you mean the candidate for the presidential?
For presidential. So democracy. If you believe that TikTok alone can, because that's what I believe he was posting his videos on. If TikTok can create a puppet and put it up there, and people will vote for it, if that is true, then democracy cannot function. I mean, period. We have to throw democracy in the trash because humanity at this stage is incapable of making decisions that are acceptable. Instead of going, well, hey, yeah, Romania is going to be now a pro-Putin Russian government, and the people just chose that, and we just have to live with it. No, we have to lock the guy up.
Yeah, because the thing is that we don't really know if this is really the opinion of the Romanian people or if this is a made-up thing.
They voted for him.
We don't know that because
no one was claiming that.
Slope.
Nobody was claiming that. I heard that the election itself was falsified. It was just that TikTok influenced voters. Okay, and it influenced, and I'll agree it influenced voters, but had TikTok or had the voters voted the right way, no one would be complaining. They voted the wrong way. That's why they're complaining. So if you're saying that a single source, not all mass media, because this wasn't Twitter, this wasn't Facebook, this wasn't Google, it was TikTok. If TikTok alone was so powerful to control the election, and meaning he could be a vampire who was going to take over, but it doesn't matter how good or bad the person is, but if one social media source is going to control society, well, then humanity cannot be democratic right now. I mean, it's just period.
The interesting thing is that nowhere near that extreme, but I would actually argue that this way mass media currently functions, I'd say that it does make democracy, at least in the way that people generally idealize it, to be very difficult.
Right. Now, And okay, so we're looking at several things here. At least I am, and I'm trying. You know, as you guys know, I'm trying to understand humanity. If somebody who uses legal means, meaning like mass media, which is legal at the time, and comes up with a result that is outside the expected, does that mean that mass media is too controlling? Or does that mean that the people have different opinions from the elites? And if you have...
The truth is probably both.
Okay, and if you cannot... If your governance is not effective enough to weather that, you know, like, oh, well, hey, we got a new guy here in Romania, and you know, so long, you know, presumably, you know, I don't know what the guy was saying. I'm sorry, my government is north. I don't know what you mean, Endless Crystal, but he I don't think he was campaigning on, well, we're going to get rid of democracy. This will you know, vote for me and I'll you know, I'll be your last elected leader. No, it's just like, oh, hey, in 4 years or 5 years or whatever the term of office is in Romania, we'll have a new election. So that they should get their act together and get on TikTok or get on Facebook or whatever, you know, means of communication and convince the people the other way. You know, if they can't function in that world, their governance is not effective enough. It isn't good enough, whatever it may be, whatever the ideology, left, right, center. So, who do I shoot? Him? Got him. Got the guy in the building. And so, you know, this is what... Sorry, I'm not Endless Crystal. I'm not trying to ignore you. I'm just trying to shoot while talking. And so, because I'm looking at our current Euro-American conflict that's going on right now. And I think it's more serious than people realize, but it isn't a Trump thing. It's well beyond Trump. Trump. I've said this a lot, and I will keep saying it. Trump is a symptom. He isn't the cause. You get rid of... See, this is the thing. If you were to get rid of Trump, you will just have another person rise up. It isn't, you know, and I'll get to, you know, after the match, I'll get to some of what you guys are saying in chat. And so they keep focusing that it's Trump, when really it's shutting down free expression in Europe, and we're going... this is not what we in the U.S. believe. You know, it's one thing to, and it was obviously not just the U.S., but the U.S. imposed, you will not be a National Socialist in Germany. You know, because that...
Well,
now that...
Also, well, they imposed pretty much everything except American-style democracy.
Oh,
I don't know if I understand that, but
I mean, there were other. Well, obviously, they prevented people from in the West, American aligned part, from being communist. They also shut down and banned non at that point considered liberal democratic or Republican style things. They, for example, banned the Bavarian monarchist party.
Okay, well, I don't think. I don't know how much of that was U.S. imposed. I'm sorry, I just don't know. I'm not trying to.
before the foundation even of the Federal Republic. Like there was a Bavarian, like in 1947 or something, 48, there was a Bavarian monarchist party which was fairly popular, and the American occupation forces pretty much immediately shut it down because they didn't want anything that wasn't American-style democracy.
Right. Okay. So it was parties that would object to the structure of a representative form of government of some sort.
Not even that. Like the monarchist party was the constitutional, so they wanted an elected parliament, but they just didn't want like a president, but instead a constitutional king. So pretty much
Right.
something similar to what Britain had.
Okay.
But because it was in the American sector, the Americans completely shut it down without.
Well, I would personally have objected to that. But that's me. I get real reasons why when you have a mass murderous ideology that have recently been implemented, German National Socialism, to ban that party. Now, what we are seeing here today is what at least I have heard termed the current platform of the AFD is basically like the CDU, CSU of the 80s, as a political platform, not trying to, Einführer, or not trying to, radically change the system, like to to a monarchy or a communism or anything like this is, excuse me. So, and this looks to me that the AFD is going to eventually become the ruling party in Germany, and the only way to stop it is to ban it. At least that's how I'm viewing what's happening. So,
Oh mein Gott, was sind denn das für Lappen?
I'll
I'm
be
going to
back.
say not fully okay. Well, the U.S. is going through its issues. And so, so how, so back to can man function without struggle?
Hey.
Can a utopia...
Are we really losing this map now? Really?
No, not yet,
Oh, man.
We might lose, but we're not losing yet.
I pushed on Bravo like 2 times, and I don't.
Yeah. So, can we live in a utopia? The answer may be no. But it also seems that those in power are unwilling to accept the system. Because I almost said unwilling to lose the power. Well, unwilling, it had been very much in America, the idea that, well, okay, we lost this election, we're going to fight the next election. And we're going to come back. Just next.
I really think this is like part of what I see generally, is that people are viewing things generally more and more desperately as a kind of zero-sum game.
Fick doch! Das gibt's
Either
doch
you,
wohl nicht.
either you lose or you win. You survive or you die. You are good or you are evil. You were previously also talking about things about like the way in like the United Kingdom. with the changes to the judiciary.
Right.
Which, again, also, if you look at it now, yeah, this is again more from an ideological perspective, that as this whole zero-sum game, then it sort of makes sense. If
Yeah,
one
but there's
group
still
is
the AA in the building and like in M36.
Right. I'm going to try to flank around here. Maybe I'll make it. Maybe I won't. Don't know.
if one group is inherently good and another group is inherently evil, then it doesn't. Then the individual actions don't really matter, because one group will always ultimately be good and the other will always ultimately be evil.
Okay.
And so
Yeah.
from that ideological, again, I'm talking from an ideological
Right.
perspective here, altering the law in that way, you don't even necessarily need to believe in this ideology, but rather to make the people who do believe in this support you. Then this makes perfect sense. If white people are inherently evil, inherently oppressive,
Oh, Mann,
then
fick dich,
and
Alter.
those who are not are in sometimes somewhat different hierarchies, but generally less evil or even always good, then it makes perfect sense to more heavily penalize those who are inherently bad, while giving leniency to those who are inherently good.
Right. But I guess I'm not buying the argument that the people that are implementing this have that viewpoint.
I don't believe they do. What I believe, at least not all of them. I do believe some of them probably have it to at least some extent, but rather, as I previously mentioned, it's to curry favor and pretty much control those who do believe in it, combining and using that with the old.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye. And combining that with the old World War II era good evil dichotomy. With World War II, you pretty much have, due to the fact that the Nazis are associated with the political right, and with more and more time passing, you pretty much have that the right wing is pretty much exclusively associated with fascism and Nazism, whereas the left is associated with communism, which, due to the way that with like the 68 like stuff and the way communism is generally fairly good at selling itself, is generally considered bad, but bad in a like at least they mean well kind of way.
That's
Which
definitely
of
how
course,
the West, the American the American West has presented communism. Yes.
yeah, which is of course utter bullcrap, because well, Nazism and fascism also mean well.
Oh yes. They
The
from their
Nazis
viewpoint. Oh
thought they were
yes.
saving the world,
Yes.
but
Yes.
so, just as much as the communists
Right.
did.
Right. Especially with the National Socialists, they would have seen it as scientific racial racialism, science, as opposed to scientific socialism. That's what they're
Yes,
trying to do.
like the Nazis literally believed that the Jews were inhuman parasites, and if they were not all destroyed, they would
Destroy. Yeah.
end
Yes.
humanity.
Right. Yes. And okay. So let's pull this away from the individual ideologies here
Hmm.
and look at the idea. Get back to the bigger picture. Is and I'm going to rat utopia again, and the left here just can humanity function in the society that we have, or with a a democratic, or with a somewhat democratic system. I want to say that because clearly America and clearly most countries in Europe are not democracies. They just flat out aren't. So, and that's a big sales myth that people believe. That really starts around World War II because it was democracies fighting, the Nazis or the fascists or whatever.
Yes,
So
and with that we also have pretty much the sanctification of democracy as the pretty much be all and all. And if you're not pro democracy, you are literally a bad person.
right. Just to say, endless crystal. Yes, I like the Churchill. If you get up tiered, it's not very good because the armor can be penetrated.
I gotta go,
okay,
gentlemen. Take care.
okay, see ya, Eric.
Bye.
Okay, so yes, but that is. Can one talk, please? I don't know what. If do you see the link to our Discord server? If you want to join the Discord server, you can. And we're in the GHQ. We're in the GHQ if you want to jump into that. Oh, you're British Enjoyer. Okay, is that Endless Crystal here? Okay, yes, you can speak. So, and obviously the two of us here, or however many, aren't going to solve all this right now. But we have the because I would say the modern left is nihilistic. Would you agree or disagree?
It really depends on what you consider to be nihilistic. Generally, I'd actually
they're anti-family, they're anti-reproduction. They believe humanity is destroying the planet. So humanity, whether totally destroyed or massively cut back, big camps where people don't live very long in them should come back to save the planet. Hello, A10 Go Burr, how you doing? So have I just described 2 or 3 major points of the modern left?
Yes.
And are those points societally nihilistic?
Yes, they're kind of nihilistic in a sense, but not in the classical sense of nihilism that nothing matters. Rather, they are pessimistic. They are fatalistic. Fatalistic is the word, I believe.
Okay,
but
not just
what I consider nihilism.
Oh well, when you start talking philosophy with a German, it becomes very nuanced or something, shall we say.
God is dead and we have killed him.
Yes, but it's because to me fatalism would be we're all doomed. It doesn't matter what you do, so just go do whatever you want. But the left doesn't preach that.
Yes, which is also why I don't consider them really nihilism. The left does believe, obviously, in a great many things. Rather, they believe in a kind of very almost fatalism. Like, we are doomed unless we do exactly what I say, we say, the group says.
But
everything way we can save the world.
But unlike the socialism, the communism, whatever you want to call it, of Lenin and Stalin, who wanted to build and do great things, they want to deconstruct. The modern left wants to deconstruct things, both institutionally and physically. They want to deconstruct, and they want to. So I call that functionally, until you come up with a better term. And if you come up with a better term, great, Dino. But we'll call this nihilism, and I think you generally agree maybe this doesn't fully meet the definition of nihilism, but it is
What about all right? What about radical reconstructivism?
No, because it is
Because they want to now the idea about
no,
this is
because
obviously
it's a diminishment. It's a reduction. It's not a change. It's too many humans. We got to reduce that. We got to use less energy. We got to do less.
In that case, I have the perfect word for that interpretation. Destructionism.
Destructionism. Okay, that works.
They don't believe in that nothing matters. Rather they intend to achieve their ends to the point where at times their ends seem to pretty much inherently be destructive. They believe in destruction.
Right. Yes. Destruction for destruction. Purpose. Well, the purpose is to save the planet. Liz is saying, Naaman Goldman's book on how they make a new world order talked about that. Everything at once cannot be order through chaos. Yes. So the left is destructionism. That's a good term. I don't know if it's a term that'll catch on, but that is a good term. And so they want to destroy what is currently going on. And this is supported by, whether it's agreed to or not, it's supported by the current Western elites. Whether they agree with the destructionism or they're using the destructionists as useful idiots. So either way, and I don't have, and it may vary from individual to individual. So they're using this. They're using the left as a tool to manage society, and they see any alternative to their rule as fundamentally an existential crisis to them. I don't the Churchill or the Panzerbefehl. I don't know which one you're talking about. Sorry, Endless Crystal. I don't know which lies in which one to get. I don't know. Which are you? You're talking about this thing? I'm not sure. Yes. I would prefer the Panzerbefehl Wagon 5. Or no, 6. Sorry, yeah, 6. The Porsche. 040. I don't. Don't know which. Oh, you're talking about this one. I get the Churchill. So we're seeing. So I'm having several questions here. One, yes, it's if you're not pro-democracy, you're evil in this modern world, and I already know Dino is not terribly pro-democracy.
The funny thing is, I'm critical. How should I put this? I'm somewhat critical that a country can even be democratic on a national level.
Well, we can say Switzerland and say yes. So we have an example.
Yes, we have one example that is pretty much that works. But number one, Switzerland is a very, how to put this? Number one, the Swiss model is pretty old, so they pretty much know what they're doing, and more importantly, it is a big and important part of their entire culture and identity.
Well, okay, you see, what they have, and this is where, and had worked in America, is a general consensus.
Yes.
If you have a general consensus on everything, like what the government should do, not maybe what a religion, because obviously like Switzerland is has a Protestant and Catholic divide and whatnot, but um, they have a consensus on the scope of government and what it should do. So, and yeah, there's and I Lum, who's around as our sort of Swiss representative, main one. We have several, but Swiss representative, and he'll talk about their loony left, but it's something that's always too marginalized to ever really win anywhere in their democracy, and is not really making any gains of any substantial amount. So they have a consensus on it. We used to have a consensus between the Democrats and the Republicans here in America, and unfortunately, and I know a couple of them personally, about somewhere between 40 and 60% of the Democrats don't realize, they're thinking they're still in the 80s. They don't realize the elites and the radical left are working together. Whether the elites are radical left or not, that doesn't matter. They're just working together with the radical left, and that is the trajectory that they're taking, and they're going to go down. So this is why in America the leading figures are in America. The current leading figures are Democrats. Trump is a Democrat. Elon Musk is a Democrat. Kennedy is a Democrat. Tulsi Gabbard is a Democrat. Those are all Democrats that are running our government in fundamental ways. So this has not been a radical right takeover in the Republican Party. It is a moderate left takeover of the Republican Party. So and now we'll get to so the one issue is rat utopia. Are we capable as a group, not as an individual, but as a group functioning in a utopia? The second one is the sort of American and European divide right now that I think is more serious than most people realize. I don't know if you want to quite call it good cop, bad cop, but we have and some of the establishment is criticizing J.D. Vance, our vice president, for his recent talks, speeches, whatever, about the Europeans. And I think this was him, but maybe somebody else, it was referring, I think, to the sentencing guidelines in Britain was, if this is going much further, I don't know that we should be allied with Europe at all. And I don't know how this is all, because I know and I talk to people, the average European seems to still believe the news. And they're believing that Trump and Elon Musk and all these people are the next Hitlers.
Well, I can actually just tell you something that
Sure.
the online newspaper of one of the German state sponsored television news channels
Right.
says decree from the White House: how Trump wishes to redefine U.S. history. The Smithsonian Museum as a battleground. How Trump wants to redefine the history of America for his own political ends. A dangerous game with the truth. Trump has...
No, I want you to continue, but I want to just say this clearly. I have not yet heard a peep out of Trump or any of the people dealing with anything with this. So that this is entirely new news to me. So go on.
All right. Trump charged Vance to with enacting change in the musees and in the Zoo of Washington to enact change. All right, blah blah blah. The first sentence is largely just filler. All right, the second one is more interesting. It is about the. Is it just me, or was there weird noise in the background?
The quack came from you.
All right, interesting.
I don't know what you're clicking on to create
I didn't click
quack.
anything. It was weird.
There was a couple of quacks, but it came. You highlighted when that happened.
Interesting. Yeah, but what attracts tourists is a thorn in the eye of U.S. President Donald Trump. He doesn't have anything against museums in and of themselves, but their ideology, how he calls it, right, that's a German idiom, but it's just that he doesn't like it.
I guess what I'm sort of waiting for. I mean, I don't know that I need the whole article translated, but do they cite in any way how he's changing history?
Well, they cite him saying something. It's about. All right, I can just read the next one.
Sure.
Translated. In the last decades, there have been directed attempts, in quotation marks, to rewrite history according to Trump. He makes a revisionary movement culpable, so a movement that wishes to change existing historical depictions. This, according to him, was backed by the Democratic government under Joe Biden. In a decree with which the Republicans want to change the history or change the meaning of the history of the U.S., Trump writes, all right, this is now a bit funny because it must have been translated to German, so now I'll translate it back to English. The uncomparable legacy of our nation, which increases the freedom, rights of the individual, and good fortune of the people, was as racist, sexist, oppressive, and in other ways unsalvageable, littered with mistakes and errors presented.
Okay,
And then it's talking about something called the 1776 Commission, and then we have about institutional racism, murders against Black people. Here, the next one is racism as a political tool, Trump and the white working class.
Okay, so far, again, I don't need this whole thing. So far, they've not cited a single thing that he wants to, that they want to change it from A to B or yes to no.
Yeah, it doesn't really say. What we have, the next thing is them not even really fully quoting someone, just saying someone said something, which is the next sentence after that whole racism as a political tool. We have racism is the original sin of the American nation, says U.S. historian Donald Nieman.
Okay, so
ZDF.
Okay, so it sounds like, and they may have said this. There's what was, I think, called the 1619 Project. It was done by some black woman who, she states, is reimagining history and fantasizing about history.
Yeah, they do mention it. They do mention it here.
Right.
Which is pretty much here. They don't actually say much what it is. They just say it's about slavery and racism, and then they follow it up with talking about the murder of George Floyd and how that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But even in her own book, she talks about how this is not historical fact. It's historical fiction. Endless Crystal. I'm probably, when we're done with this talk here, I'm going to end it for the day. So, but we normally play on Sunday, starting about 3 hours ago. So if you want to join us next week, please do. If you've gotten into our Discord server, you can join us then. So okay, so basically,
but ultimately, I can one last
sure.
Thing. But ultimately, the remainder of the text is pretty much about this U.S. historian who is pretty much saying that Trump is manipulating people, lying about minorities and migrants, making them mad at them, using them as scapegoats, pretty much, talking about how the evil Jews are taking the jobs of the good Aryans.
Okay. Whoa! Hold it. Do they actually use the word Jews and Aryans?
No, they don't. But it's pretty much the rhetoric.
Okay, I just
please,
because
rhetoric. He is sowing hatred by
okay.
alleging minorities and migrants
Okay.
are profiting on the backs of the white working class.
Okay.
I have read others that straight up.
Okay. One. Trump, his rhetoric, the MAGA movement, never uses the word white. Okay. This article that you're talking about is completely false propaganda. I mean,
again, there is. I think here it says is straight up from a, by the way, not German but American historian. I have no idea who this man is, but he is talking here like he is like analyzing Trump, where he says, well, firstly, Trump is criticizing DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Right. Yeah. Oh, he's doing that. He's doing that in spades. Yes.
And that according to him, Trump, incompetent women and minorities are placed in leadership positions, while all right, this is harsh. While worthy white men are taken their chances. So Nyman. Second, he is propagating against liberal elites.
Yeah, okay. This is just projection and falsehoods, because again, he does not. He rails against DEI, but they're putting on investigating. I think it's Disney and ABC. The FCC has sent them a letter, and they talk about, I think it's invidious DEI, and they always are talking in the terms of the equal rights. I'm forgetting the Pacific laws, and they're never talking about white men. They never use those terms. Trump never uses those terms, and Trump, within the last 48 hours or so, I think he was asked, like, what is a woman? He says a woman is a person who gives birth, and they're generally smarter than men. And Trump was also talking about how throughout his entire career, he is constantly promoting up women in construction and other things. He's still talking about this, and lauding it as his goal in life, still to this day, not as a mistake, not as just in the past. Now, it's in the past that I've always been doing this. He is using this. So this is fantasy, disinformation, lies at its core. And the publishers are either completely clueless or they are realizing that they are publishing lies. And I don't know how strongly I can put this. This is just doesn't reflect anything in the MAGA movement, because the MAGA movement is always trying to highlight that it isn't just a white man's movement, it's a sensibilist movement. Now, we do, or Trump does, and the leadership does talk about Americans over immigrants, over illegal aliens. But that's Americans, white Americans, black Americans, male Americans, female Americans. Those are the big groups. I mean, obviously, we have Chinese and Vietnamese Americans. We can get down into the minutia, but it is not a pro. Now, it may be the working man in the sense, in the generic sense of the term man, that that all these immigrants are hurting the American worker, but this is not a white man being harmed. That language is never used by Trump, and so
It's to do with the fact that, how should I put this? I think they are perfectly aware that he never said this. Rather, they believe that through their, amateur armchair psychology, they know what he's saying behind the lines. Like, the curtains are blue, therefore this scene is sad. Yet, or maybe the curtains are
right. But you see, Trump would have said these exact same type of things when he was a Democrat. Hello, Candy. Do you play with viewers? Yes, we do. We're just sort of wrapping up here, Candy. But there should be a link to our Discord server, and we normally play on Sundays. So yes, we do play with viewers. So come back next week. Okay, so this is very so this is coming down to a I think either fourth or fifth generational warfare, or maybe both of them. Fifth generation is particularly non-kinetic warfare. And I was talking to, I don't want to mention what, one of my other European friends. And he was saying very much of Trump is getting rid of all the goodwill, that America has, and is destroying it. I think he is losing the goodwill of the current elites in Europe. I think it's coming more to the idea of a second liberation of Europe, and I don't know that it's going to be U.S. tanks landing in London and landing in Berlin again. But I think the U.S. is going to work to get rid of the current elite establishment in Europe. I think that's going to be the case. Because they are shocked. The left in America is shocked at what's going on. We are shutting down whole departments that supported the left agenda, and organizations are, non-governmental organizations are shutting down right and left because they no longer have budgets, because they were being funded entirely by the U.S. government. So what's an organization that's funded by the government but is not a government, organization? So these are all being shut down because they can't. One of them was a sort of youth against gun organization that has laid off more than half of their staff, and they're probably not going to survive much longer because they're not getting funds from whatever departments that they had been getting from, that I would say would be illegal contributions. So this is going to be interesting. I know that Europe, the European elites, are using this test as standing with Ukraine, and if you don't stand with Ukraine, you must be pro-Putin, and if you're pro-Putin, you're evil. you can be anti-Putin and not want to give endless amounts of support to Ukraine. I mean, it's, but I don't know how to put this. I don't know how far I want to say, and because I'm trying to say what I think is going on, not trying to be hyperbolic or whatever. I think the the people around Trump, which are not right wingers, I want to stress this. Yes, there's Ted Cruz. He's a right winger. But he's just a senator. He's not one of the people going to all these different meetings all the time. He shows up once in a while, but just part of the coalition. You're getting a lot of centrists who are seeing a modern day 1984 happening in the Western world, and they're fighting back against it. And I don't think it's going to come to the idea of, like I say, of American troops landing somewhere in Europe to liberate it. But I think the U.S. is prepared to withdraw, or is going to be prepared, all support of Europe. Okay, since you're here, Dino, if the U.S. withdraws all support of Europe, can Europe stand on its own?
Overall, I'd say probably not, nowhere near as easily as the countries would actually have to, do something. But unless we get like even more insane ones in charge, I'd say overall it can, at least for a while.
Right. So, because do you because if Europe is no longer, where is Europe's markets? Where does Europe sell most of its goods? Where does Europe get most of its goods? Britain is shutting down the last of its steel industry because China bought the last of the steel industry, and the Chinese company is shutting it down. So Britain will no longer make steel. The first country to really make steel in a modern sense was Britain. They're no longer going to make steel.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, that same thing is happening here. Everything is being bought up by the Chinese, and when it's not profitable, the Chinese close it down.
I don't think it needs to be unprofitable. I think the Chinese are intentionally working to shut it down.
Yeah. Well, that.
Yeah. I don't think so. Because again, just in the last 48 hours or so, Zelensky says they will not accept any U.S. aid unless it's just purely given. Nothing will be considered. No loans. Okay. So basically now he is rejecting any future U.S. aid for the war. Can Europe fund the Ukraine war on its own and supply the war?
Unless our governments decide to actually pretty much go to a war industry. In that case, yes, of course, but with normal civilian industries, no.
Right. So the because Giorgia Meloni had been a strong supporter of Ukraine, maybe still is, but she has come out and said that we have to stick with America. I see France, Germany, Britain as the core of it, obviously includes other countries, are heading in an anti-American perspective, the elites, the control, the ruling parties, the ruling class, whatever you want to call this. And no, I don't think it's just one cabal or people get together in some star chamber.
It's certainly not. It's certainly not one cabal.
Yeah,
cabal.
as like some of the,
if anything, it's probably like just people who happen to have similar ideas.
Right.
For
So
the most part, so they all cooperate.
And they're
for example, the only
yeah.
thing here, of course, I can really talk about is like Germany.
Right.
And Germany is like this interesting thing that obviously Germany has a guilt complex.
Right.
Which also, however, causes this kind of an incredible amount of self-righteousness.
Okay.
Where
yes.
pretty much Germany is like believes that like kind of like a flagellant.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I understand, and I would agree.
Flagellant who constantly whips himself. Germany believes that its guilt makes it purer than everyone else, and also gives it the necessary insight to save everyone else.
Right. And Germany,
pretty much,
who doesn't recognize it's one of its flaws is it needs to organize everybody else up. That is a German flaw.
Yes, it's also a flaw that Germany itself, at least in the past, actually recognized. There is a fairly famous German not propaganda actually. It was not at all. It was a caricature.
Okay, yeah.
In a German newspaper, but it's like early 20th century, late 19th century. It's about colonialism, and it pretty much shows like the different ways like the different countries colonize.
Right.
It shows like a British man like feeding like a native like a bunch of like drink or something while pressing him in like a big like almost like a book press.
Okay.
And he shits like gold. So that's how the British man does. With the Frenchman, he's completely drunk and canoodling around with a very voluptuous native woman.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Sounds French, but yeah. Okay.
Then you have the Belgian who is eating people.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And then you have the German. Now the German one. The German is organizing everything. You have everything has like a sign on it. The crocodiles are having like mouthpieces, like you put in on a dog that can't behave himself.
Right.
And the giraffes are marching in goose step in formation.
Yes.
And that is pretty much how,
Germany. Yeah, Germany believes it needs to organize the world for the better. Whether it's the Nazi Germans or the modern Germans, they believe they need to organize the world for better. That is a German flaw. I'm not saying Germany shouldn't organize itself the way it wants to, but its flaw is that it doesn't need to impose that on the rest of the world.
And that's the funny thing, is that for all that they loathe the German Empire and its last emperor, they seem to take one of his more famous sayings to heart. It's a pretty fun thing to say in German because it rhymes, but it would be the world shall be cured by the German nature.
Okay. Yeah.
Am deutschen Wesen soll die Welt genesen. Like it's cured, like you are like cured of like a cold.
Right. Yes. No,
and that the way the Germans are will fix the world for the better.
Right.
And they are obsessed with it. It's why they're pretty much constantly grandstanding, throwing themselves on the before others, always admitting to the things, but then also whenever it's like about this, like, look, we have like learned of the evils of the past. We were evil, but look how not evil we are now. Like, to the point, like, look, we look how much we hate we are ourselves. Look
Right.
how not patriotic we are, because our lesson was that nationalism is evil, and any form of and so we are obviously evil. Our entire history has been evil, and we must atone by this greatest of evils, only of course by the greatest of goods. So we must save the
Right.
world from everything else. We shall be climate neutral.
Right.
It doesn't matter that we are too small for it to have any impact. Because the belief of our government is that if we can show everyone how great it is that we did it, everyone will want to emulate us.
Right.
Ignoring, of course, that
they
the days when people actually wanted to emulate Germany are long past.
right, but also, because you get to the the oppressionism, that oppression is evil, and so the colonial powers or whatever were evil. Now, what it is an anti-success movement, because Europe, I would say, on the whole, was incredibly less evil, as in malicious intent, than everywhere else in the world. And so, but they were the most successful over everywhere else in the world, more successful. And so, success is what is evil. And so, in the oppression Olympics, the less successful you are, somehow the better you are. Or if you look at the more liberal words or viewpoints, is the more you need to be helped. So so we have to.
Yes, which is why it shifted from equality to equity.
Right. And so, and equality, because we started this back at talking about the sort of original socialists who wanted to who championed equality. Now, the question comes down to not the few intellectuals, not the masses, but the people that actually sort of run the system on the left. I don't think they cared, and this is why it changed. From like equality to equity, or from equality to DEI or trans help, because they are trying to find the wedge to power. So when the people were destitute, poor in the West, during when Marx was writing, and the horrific conditions in the factories and whatnot, and then you see the rich people in their very fine clothing, and whether it's starts obviously before the automobile, but in their very fine carriages and all that kind of stuff, that you're using the language of equality to get support from the masses. I think, especially in America, equality is never something that we care about. We don't care about, and I would say that the overwhelming number of Americans don't care about equality, don't care about the wealth gap. We don't care that there's somebody who has 20 private planes, so long as basically air travel is affordable for the masses. We don't care that somebody is super rich, so long as people are living in a relatively decent situation. So inequality in that sense is something that is just not something that Americans deeply care about, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's like one of the oldest criticisms of like socialism. Is it's not about making everyone equally wealthy. It's about making everyone equally poor.
Yes. And so America, partially because we have been able to expand, people could come here and, for the period living conditions, go out and find and go become a farmer, go if they don't like where they're working in this town, they'll go to another town. We've had that ability. So the idea that somebody is super rich is not really, I mean, by the masses. I mean, there is the left, the 10 to 20% that will.
Yeah, I mean the thing is that ultimately, yeah, it sucks that there are people who who can like afford pretty much and can pretty much buy entire countries, while there are others who can barely even afford to afford enough money to feed themselves, let alone
Right.
a possible family they have.
Yeah, but that has never
And
really been the case in America. Not being able to, on the mass, everybody's always been able to feed themselves. That has not ever really been an issue for Americans.
yes, but again, the whole thing was that communism socialism is not an American. It's a German, French,
Yes,
British,
absolutely.
British,
Well,
and
well,
British
I
from
would
the
say
time of the
British more imported it, not native to it. But yeah, go on.
yeah. I'm talking here. It started in Germany and then pretty much got finalized within
Well,
Britain.
I would
And
say I would sort of kind of say it starts with the French Revolution, but yeah.
It sort of starts with the French Revolution. So
You know
that
that
was
that that fraternity, equality, liberty. That's that
yes.
kind of thing. That's where I put in the modern sense it starts.
Yes,
But
but
yeah,
for the other one is that with this you pretty much start to have the more like communism, like Marxism comes
right,
from the time of like the Industrial Revolution, where you
right. It
literally have
does.
like factory owners who are uh, pretty damn rich, while their workers are literally killing themselves,
Oh yes.
barely earning anything.
Oh yes. No. And so the
And so it makes so the whole thing kind of makes sense from for that time, from
right,
that perspective, as a kind of gut, not particularly not logical, and it doesn't work because it doesn't work, but rather it makes sense from a like visceral gut reaction to this.
right, and it does, and it gets. See, this is why we see the change, because from equality to equity, or whatever you want to say, because America, it did the arguments didn't work, and America in Western Europe is able to not import Americanism, but import the the overall lack of serious want in Western Europe, meaning people aren't starving in Western Europe. They're relatively free, relatively successful. Things are relatively good, and so there is not the impetus for revolution because
Yeah,
of inequality
I mean,
in Western Europe. So
yeah,
they
I mean,
so
an
that so they
interesting
shift
thing.
to this anti-colonialism, anti or oppression Olympics, I like to call it, or as well as other people, in that the more oppressed, we must help them the more, and the more successful you are, we must now oppress you to be able to help these others. And so it's no longer on economics, it's now on race and gender, and if you have a weird
Yes,
proclivity.
which is kind of how you can see it. To many Europeans, it seems that the United States has a weird obsession with the concept of race.
How do you mean that?
Um, Generally, it's viewed in terms of categorization. That people in Europe think it like weird the way that in the US everyone is always at least seemingly to an outsider's perspective seems to be characterized always with like race. Like it's always like he is a black man, he is black, he is Caucasian, he is Asian, he is Hispanic. Why are they Hispanic? Are Spanish Hispanic? But what does that even mean? That sort of way how they're like these neat like little categories everyone is
And
seemingly fitted
and,
into.
and how would Europeans view it differently?
Well, Europeans generally wouldn't really define it overall. Like maybe call people based on like skin color, maybe like just maybe, but generally in Europe it's not really considered, at least in polite circles, really talked about, or if it's talked about, it's in a very like superficial manner. Whereas it seems
Okay,
much more common to talk about.
well, okay, well, so when a German talks about an African, they're equally referring to an Arab, a Congolese, an Afrikaner, white Afrikaner. They don't see the race there. They just when they refer to Africans, they just mean anybody who lives in Africa. And an Egyptian.
For the most part, yes. Like if you want to, like in a very polite way, talk about black people, you might say sub-Saharan something. But overall, the thing is that the word race itself is barely, if
Okay.
ever, used.
Okay. See,
And
we here in America use there are because there's a bunch of stuff on government forms for um, uh, various reasons. A lot of them were like on our driver's license. We don't have something like Irish American because that doesn't describe you. But we have things described as like how tall we are, our hair color, our eye color, our weight, so we can describe. We also have, because if you just say American, that's not necessarily a very good descriptor. So we would say black or Asian or Hispanic as a physical characteristic to identify you. So if you couldn't see the picture and you were going to describe somebody. So in Germany, if you were looking for a suspect, would you identify his hair color? We're looking for a tall blonde guy, or we're looking for a tall dark-haired guy, or would we just go, we're looking for somebody? We're not going to say gender. We're not going to say hair color. We're not going to describe the height. We're looking for somebody.
the funny thing is that originally, yes, people were oftentimes referred to by geographic place.
We're looking
like, for example,
a North German or a South German. I mean, how would you?
Well, that's not really like hair color. Hair color. It was generally in the past. For example, you would say someone like North African.
Okay.
North African is ethnicity. So
right.
maybe something
okay.
Like that.
Now, in America, if you were to say North African,
nowadays nowadays you actually won't, because that's considered to be racist.
Okay, but I'll just say in America, if you were to say somebody is North African, okay, people would wonder, what the hell is a North African? I mean, they wouldn't have a clue. I mean, I'm serious, they wouldn't have a clue. If you say somebody's Persia, what do they look like? I mean, they literally that would be meaningless to an American, okay, as a descriptor. And so you just quacked again.
I have no idea where that comes from. It seems for me it comes out of my headphones.
Okay, so maybe you have a virus.
That is possible. The quack virus.
Something's up with your system. I don't know. But so maybe you're saying naughty words, and your government is dinging you for your naughty words or your naughty thoughts. But so Americans, we use that race traditionally as a physical descriptor, because as trying to say somebody's a Southeast Asian or somebody's a Japanese, we would not descriptively know the difference between a Vietnamese and a Japanese.
This is one of the problems, because most Europeans, most Germans, of course don't know this. They just see Americans constantly talking about these things, and hear them constantly,
Right.
and so they pretty much assume, well, they must be racist.
Well, and so this is, and I'm saying traditional, like back in the 50s and the 60s. Not talking 100 or 300 years ago, but so so it wasn't to single out Asians. It was like on the driver's license. It was just a physical descriptor. So if you're looking for a suspect, or if you're trying to see if the ID matches the person that handed it to you, it's that kind of thing. Now, in the modern sense, um, we are using those racial characteristics again as who is the most oppressed should get the most help, as they would say it. And so the least oppressed should be the most oppressed today to balance out whether past or current oppression. So they want to use oppression to cure oppression. But I don't think, again, that that is the surface. I think it, like I say, it is purely a wedge to gain power. To divide and rule, to use the guilt, the people, the well, I'll say it, the white people who were successful that feel guilty, they will vote for people who want to help the people that have been oppressed. Where I don't feel any guilt for my race. I feel zero guilt. And I feel zero guilt for conquering America. I don't have any feelings of guilt.
Well, duh. I mean, how should I put this? This is like the same problem, for example, and why the reason why a lot of young Germans, for example, are facing a complete disconnect, because how should I put it? For many of us, it weren't even our grandparents, maybe not even our great grandparents, who went around, who like marched into Paris or whatever.
Well,
We have
I'm not, but I'm not even disassociating. I'm supporting the way we conquered America. I'm like, yeah, they did the right thing on the whole. I'm not saying there weren't bad actions, but on the whole, I support conquering of America. This isn't like, oh well, I'm disassociating self because they're in the past. No, this is I'm embracing all of it, including the slavery, because slavery was a common occurrence in the world in the past, and it was the British who really start the anti-slavery movement in the world, and there were still many slaves, not necessarily based on race, around when the Confederacy falls, and I will give all of the Confederates a pass because it was the world they knew. They didn't know any other world, and they were starting. If you look at some of their writings, they were starting to come to the is this really right? And are we doing the right thing with slavery? And they were working it out at the time of the Civil War was starting. Had the Civil War not started, I think another probably would have taken 20 or 30 years. Slavery would have become by themselves to be seen as a disgusting institution. So it would be like, oh hey, I think slavery at the time of Julius Caesar, I'm ashamed because obviously we all had ancestors living back then, whether they were Roman or not. Oh my God, my ancestors had slaves. I'm ashamed. No, I'm not ashamed that America had slaves. I'm not ashamed of the way America conquers it, the world. Now, I do, as an American, as a person, I do believe that the Germans knew better when they did the Holocaust. I think they had moved to the point that it's a regression. It's not. It was. Now, maybe I'm
actually there is something really interesting about that, because what Hitler wanted to do, now not with the Jews. The Jew thing, as we've already established, was because they believed that the Jews were evil.
Yes.
but his plan for the colonization of European Russia
Right.
and pretty much enslavement, deportation, extermination of the Slavs was, and I'm pretty sure he said this, directly inspired by the American Manifest Destiny.
Yes. Yes. And he did, and I know that. But that is a misreading and misunderstanding of history. Just like the misunderstanding with how race was used in America. The Americas, as we are learning, was full of people, and then I'll say this very clearly: nature then killed 70 to 80% of those people. Nature killed them simply by introducing viruses that the people had no defense against. It wasn't Europe's fault. It wasn't Europeans' fault. They didn't do this. It not happened to come from Europe, but it's just like the Black Death and other plagues came from Asia. It's not Asians' fault that Europe had the Black Death. It's just nature's fault. And so the killing of literally probably somewhere between 70 and 90% of the people in the Americas were died because of nature, not because of violence, not because of any program. They just died because they came in contact with viruses that the people that had no defense for. So when America is expanding west, like I say, there's a few regrettable incidents, but overall, we are expanding into territories that are underpopulated. We're expanding, when we talk about reservations, we are talking about dealing with people who would routinely kill women and children, not just soldiers and fighters and as Western Europeans would see it, combatants. They did not distinguish between combatants and non-combatants, and so I'm not going to try to, if you bring up the X massacre that some cavalry officer ordered on some village, I'll go, yeah, that one incident, that was wrong, but fighting the Indian Wars was not wrong. So the idea that the remnants of the previous main population here, and this also includes South America, but we're not, they weren't civilized people. They were savages, and they behaved that way. They weren't noble savages. They would butcher people. They would take slaves. Slavery was very, very common everywhere in America. You got the Aztecs. They were institutional institutional cannibals. They thought people tasted great. And it wasn't cannibalism for survival or because of the lack of food. No, they just like to eat people. There was plenty of food. They like to eat people, and so from our Western ethic, these people that predominantly lived here were unacceptable in their behaviors. And most modern people, most modern Mexicans, which are the Mayans are in the south of Mexico, but most of them are, coming out of the Aztec group or the people that the Aztecs didn't like. Most moderns would agree that cannibalism is bad. They don't go around eating each other. So I have zero guilt over moving across and conquering land. I have, and so, yes, the U.S. would make a treaty with a particular group and then later break it. But also, the people that made the treaties, elements of them would break the treaties and go raid people outside of their territory. It is not a clean thing. And yes, you're right that Hitler looked at that as going after the Slavs. But you would have to first determine that the Slavs as a people were unacceptable in their behavior. Yeah, because this is coming out of because we are coming out of the Anglo world, is sort of the do-gooding element of colonialism, is showing up to good example is Zanzibar, the little island off Africa, where part of Tanzania gets its name, and showing up and going, oh hey, we're going to have a 50-minute war and take over Zanzibar to shut down the slave trade. Well, what's the business of the English to stop these predominantly Arab people from their slave trade? It's just the way they live. It's their culture. They're slavers. Why should you interfere with their culture? They're slavers. Well, when you say it that way, most Western European people will go, well, yeah, you should stop slavery. Okay, well, all of basically, as far as I know, if maybe probably some exceptions, but all of the Indian tribes at one level or another practice slavery. And even some of them, particularly out in Oklahoma, had black slaves. And they joined with the Confederacy. So we moved across the Americas in the fashion that was common at the time. Meaning, if we were doing it today, I'm sure we would behave differently. But this is how you did it. So I have zero remorse, zero regrets, zero like, oh, yeah, if you can maybe find a particular ancestor of mine who did a particular evil act, not just, oh, hey, there was a slave owner. Well, was he an evil slave? It's like, oh, well, hey, in Roman times, we found an ancestor who was a, slave owner back then. So, what was he, behaving badly with the slaves, or was it just the institution of the world at the time? And so we just look at, was it the institution of the world at the time? I'm not going to apologize for it. Now, if we go, oh, hey, one of your ancestors went and massacred these Indian women and children, I go, yeah, that ancestor I'm ashamed of, but not the ancestors, because I have ancestors that were here prior to American independence. So the history of, independent America is my history. And they definitely moved west at times. I don't know enough of the family history when they moved into Kentucky, and it was fairly early. They may have been fighting the Indians in that part of, that was, well before the American Civil War, before Kentucky becomes a state. Coming in and settling that. Maybe they were fighting Indians. I don't know. But that was probably as much as fighting for survival as anything else. And we moved across. I don't disassociate myself from any of that. And most Americans, now you talk about what they're willing to say publicly, but I would say most Americans do not feel ashamed for creating America as it is today. Now, so we don't have that sort of institutional guilt that you Germans have, and
Yes.
going, hey.
For example, it's Germans are pretty much by now. Germans are ashamed of, for example, the Franco-Prussian War. We are ashamed of in fact, the Franco-Prussian War is nowadays almost very often portrayed as an act of German aggression against France.
Yeah, see, I don't see, and I have played some of the strategic command dealing with the Franco-Prussian War and looked in it a bit. Not an expert on it, but I don't see a particular evil or particular good side in that war. This isn't a war for or against evil. It was for or against particular tribes, the tribe of Germans, the tribes of French, if you know what I mean. And it was just that kind of war, like we've had wars forever. So yeah, I also don't see Germany as the evil power. I know it was propagandistically used as such, but the evil power in World War I. I don't see that at all. I see the Serbs as the evil power. Okay, Dino. It was good talking with you.
Yeah, it's quite late.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you, Dino. Thanks, Endless Crystal. Elizabeth, if you're still around, and I know most everyone has left now. We'll be back next weekend with more streams. So have a good day or evening, everyone. Bye.
Good evening.
No, I feel no good.